Hi everybody, Nancy here. Today I decided I would show you guys what I did yesterday after I did the video on how I do my weather shortcuts. I got to thinking I wanted to try a couple of the other things to see if I could make them work, and I might be interested in knowing on a daily basis what today's forecast is. So now I have every day at or every morning at midnight I have an automation running that gets today's forecast. And it tells me that the low today is going to be 68 degrees and another high is going to be 68 and the low is going to be 41 and there's zero chance of rain today. So, I just think that's kind of neat to know and have a little picture of it. And then I decided, well, I think I'll go ahead and take a picture of the full week's forecast. Now, I know, you know, that's just to put it in the planner because I'm assuming most of us have iWatches or iPhones or iPads. There's a way to see the forecast with very little effort, okay? But, for those of us that like to track this stuff in our planners, I'm showing you how to do that. Now, the one on the bottom, if you notice, let me zoom in a little bit. See that? Can you see that gray shadow here? Okay, this gray right here, that's a shadow that I made in advance, and I've put it as part of the circle image so that it's already there. But until I get today's forecast, I don't know which one of these tacks I want to put on it. So today was zero chance of rain. Now, I only did 3. There's tons of little icons that do different kinds of weather it is. And I figured it's good enough if I just have a sunshine day, a cloudy day, and then a really bad weather day. And if I decide later, I can always add more. But if I select this right here, wait, let me select it. And I'm just going to wait until I get that and drag, and now I'm going to put it on today's weather so that I can look at it real fast and say, oh, okay, it's a sunny day, and like I said, I've already got the shadow there, so I don't have to worry about that every day. Let's see. And then the next thing I did was I took a screenshot of the weekly weather right there. Let me zoom back out. And I'm going to show you both of the shortcuts that I created to do those two things. Now, I will tell you that the first one I had running on my iPad every night at midnight. I have it running on my iPad, but there's issues with that, and I'll show you what they are. And the reason I then created the same short automation, the shortcuts are shared on the phone, but the automations aren't, apparently. I had to build a separate automation on my phone in order to run what I did on my phone. All right, so let me go to shortcuts. On the high and low one, if I click on that one, see it, I want to get the high. I've got that checked. Then I did it again, and I see it won't let you choose all 3 at the same time. You have to do it individually. And then I got the low, and then the chance of rain. That's going to be text that I wanted it to show, because if I just do precipitation, it puts a percentage there that you don't, unless you know what you're getting, you don't know. So if I run it, let me just show you the format of what you get. See, I've got the date. I wanted to put the current date, and the reason is, see now on the other one, that's a daily thing. This is daily, but that one I'm going to put on today always. But this one, I might decide to create one for the month. And if I do put that for the month, then I need the date on it. Otherwise, I'm going to have all these numbers and I won't know what day they're for. So that's why I went ahead and did the date. It'll be there. It's okay. And I can later, if I decide to, create something on a monthly report that shows every day of the month. Okay. So see the chance of rain with a colon? That's my text that I entered there. And then the precipitation chance is just the 0. Now, sometimes it's 82%, sometimes it's 11%. So that's all that is. That's just to create that oval that I showed you. And if you need to know the wheres and wherefores, just go to that previous video I did. All right. And I think I did that over on the other group. But okay. Now, the second one I did was for the weekly forecast. And if we look at that, it goes get daily forecast for current location. And the way I got that was weather here. And see, I chose get weather forecast. And if I click on that, see it puts it down there. And you can change it from daily to whatever, to hourly. Wow, okay. But so that's that command up at the top. Can delete that. Now show the weather in my location. That's going to pop up a screen that shows the actual, let me run it. It's going to open up this screen and show this whole long thing of dailies. Now see, did you see the flash? That's because I have it set to do a screenshot. Now the problem that I had running it here as opposed to on my phone is normally, I don't know what that, okay. Normally, this is the way it comes in. Now it came in before this last time here, so it picked up everything that was down here on this list. But it should have, and normally will. That it did that because I opened it up and scrolled it earlier. But in the middle of the night, I would not have done that. And I get this big old 59 up at the top, and it cuts off some of the days. So I get 2, 4, 6, 7 days, and which could be enough. That be perfect, you know, because it's going to be run on, I've got it set to run on Monday. So it should pick up all 7, but just to avoid the issue, I went ahead and set it up on my phone to run on Monday. So if I look at these pictures, I get this from my phone as opposed to this on my iPad. And see, I'd have to crop it down. This one I don't have to crop unless I just decide I don't want all of them. Where'd it go again? See, it's got all of them today through the Monday after next. And I could crop it down to just get 7 days if I wanted to. But this is perfect, really, for what I used it for in my planner. So that's why I decided to go with the phone. It's already cropped. And the only issue you might have is if you fail to leave your phone on or something. But see, this is the image it took. See, I've got it showing the weather. That opened the screen that you just saw, the blue screen. And then I said, wait 10 seconds because, and I just searched wait, and it comes back with wait 1 second, and you can change it to anything you want. See, I could go down to 9, or I can go up to, I don't know how many. And then take the screenshot. And that's because I have in the past not done that wait. I just automatically do it now. But I did not do it, and it would go to the next screen and it would take a screenshot of the wrong thing. So in order to be sure that it takes the screenshot of the current screen that has the weather on it, I told it to wait 10 seconds and then take the screenshot and then save that screenshot to whatever folder that you want to save it in. You could create your own folder. Now this is a folder in Photos. See, Recents is a folder in Photos. So again, if I go back to my images and I click on here, and see, I could create a folder down here somewhere, or an album or whatever, and put it in there. But to me, Recents was just, that makes more sense to me. Now I may decide later to move it into its own folder, but right now it's putting it right on the top, and it's easier to see now which ones are from my phone and which ones were from my iPad. You know, the two that are long and just have so much on them, that's from my phone. I like that screenshot better. So that's why I moved it onto my phone. And then this down at the bottom is just a result of me running the test to see how it worked. Okay, if you want to take a screenshot, and again, that won't be there, the picture won't be there. And I go back out, and that's that. That's all you need to know about how to create those two different things. Now, when I did the automations, I was surprised by this. See, I've got it running on Monday at 12:01. This is it right here. 12:01 on Monday, run that shortcut. But what surprised me here was I had to highlight. It was counterintuitive. When it came in, it was like this. And so I thought, well, I just select the one that I want it to run on. But that's not true. You have to turn off all the ones that you don't want it to run on, okay? So I only want this particular shortcut to run on Mondays at around midnight. So that's what you have to do with that, okay? Now, done. In case I don't get another video made, I think it was Snow Pony that pointed this out to me, that on another video, I taught y'all how to do the voice recognition thing, and she tested it, and all you have to do is tell Siri to run the shortcut as opposed to, just saying, oh, I have to be careful, open my calendar. See, I don't have that set up. If I just say open my calendar, it would automatically do it just based on my voice. And then I could tell Siri to do the same exact thing, which honestly, I would recommend that. Now, I have not changed over yet because every time I say that, my phone pays attention, but my iPad is slow at it. It doesn't do it doesn't do it on my iPad for some reason. The iPhone took over. So that wasn't helping me a bit. So I'm still using the voice control, though I'm not loving it, because every now and then you'll see if you use a keyword in any command that it will do, it will give you a list of options up at the top. I don't need that. And I mean, it's nice to see, and I'm glad they do it, but it's like, why am I doing this? I'm not using any commands except to open my calendar and my Bible. So I probably will just turn that off. Another thing that Barbara pointed out, when I create, let me go back to shortcuts and do weather again. I said in my last video that you have to guess at the time. Let me add. I'm going to do add reminder. I'm just going to put a command there so I can show you. I'll delete it. So if I add a new reminder and I want it to put the date, see current date, I click down at the bottom and see how it opens up. If you stay with it just like this, then you can't see the format. See, if I change it to, and that's all I ever did because I had already figured out which ones I wanted to use. However, if you see it, there's nothing to look at this screen that indicates that there's more down there. But if you move it up, see down at the bottom, there is an example of what it will look like if you choose certain things. So if I choose, well, that doesn't do format. Let's see, long. That's what your output is going to be, the September 9th down at the bottom, an example of that. And then again, the long time. So you do have a way of seeing it before you produce it. And I don't remember. Well, I'm going to delete that anyway. So I've already got it, so I can just delete it. All right. I think that's all I wanted to show you guys. Oh, I know there was something else. If I go back here, what I did in order to see, like tomorrow, if I go back to tomorrow, see how it's got the today's forecast. The circle's already there and the little gray thing is already there. And notice that the top never changes. Now I'll have to change it whenever I'm on a new week because I added that the forecast. But all that is a window that looks back at, no, I keep selecting everything else. See, it's a window that looks back at one particular screen. See, and if I move it back in place. So all that mess that's there is on one screen. It's not on every page. And so I can still, even though it's not on this page, I can hold my key down, hold my pen down. Well, I'm going to select it first. Let me do that. And hold it down till I get the little white thing. And then put it there. Okay, so that's a pretty cool feature. And I don't have to do it until I know the forecast. Of course, I kind of have it up there at the top. Hello. But y'all know what I mean. All right, because I created that before I decided to do the blue thing. And I did create those buttons myself. I got all of the images from Pingwing, as always. I got the buttons from Pingwing. And then I got an existing push pin just to get the little gray part down at the bottom, which is easy enough to just draw. But, while I was playing, I might as well play. So I hope I didn't confuse you guys. Y'all have a good day here. Bye.